listen, because I kept crying. Now I'm still, well, so my life is amazing. And I fell in love too. So we'll talk about that. I guess I'll start with bragging. I'll just say, I'll ask it in the form of a question. Guess who hosts their own Latin night dance parties? where where I teach salsa and bachata and merengue, and I'm the instructor for the first. I'm sorry, I'm gonna cry. Here's the thing, though: if I didn't go through my healing process, I would not be able to receive him. I'm not going to talk about it first. I'm just going to do it. So I just started doing it. And then like now I'm just doing it. And like I have like a lineup. I have my own Spanish DJ who works with me. So it went from, all right, so Rockstar Camp for me went from, I got my Zumba's license.
Yes.
But then I care more about the dance part, the dance of it more than the exercise. So kind of like, so I just wanted to feel good. And I went on this whole feel good journey. And then the dance just became more of a passion for me than anything, like just being able to go out and dance salsa and bachata and then just traveling to those different Caribbean, Latin, Spanish countries and falling in love with the culture and all of that. So now I actually teach it as an African-American woman. So listen, talking about, the theme of this conversation is us talking about what changed for me since Rockstar Camp. Number one, it just made it really hard for me to fit in normal spaces. Like I've been struck, and I'm gonna tell you, like it was really bad for me. Like it was good for me, but I cannot fit in normal spaces.
Well, because you're creating a new normal.
Yeah, I've accepted that now, and it's turning out wonderful for me since I've accepted that now. But I still found myself trying to fit in those spaces, and that fucked me up. Yeah, like after Rockstar Camp, like that just, this is just us talking, but that just fucked me up. Trying to go back to the norm, at one point going back to what I used to. But a part of it was me raising kids and trying to make money and stuff like that. But it's a faith level. It's a faith walk. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if I'm just being spiritual about it, it's a faith level and a faith walk and believing you can do something unexpected and all of that. And so I went through something, but it was all good for me. It led me to teaching Latin nights. And really it's all about the show and all about me liberating others to just feel good in their bodies and all of that stuff that I learned at the camp when we did the movement and when we did It's Okay to Be Angry and Scream and we had those going through the emotions. That liberated me to the point where I'm like, yeah, those are the tokens that I left with, just liberating others to feel. Normal meaning spaces where I get to downplay who I am,
right?
Or I just get to conform to not stand out because, coming from a trauma space in my world, when you do shine, you're a target. You know what I mean? Right. We talked about that, I think, before a lot of times.
Oh, yeah.
But I can't fit in those spaces because I'm a natural leader, right. And just being okay with leading. Like even before Megan Jo, I felt even after the camp, I didn't feel so confident in my coaching now, but now I'm just like, fuck it. Like I'm good at what I do. I'm giving you coaching. I'm giving you my life experience. I'm giving you so much more than salsa.
Right. A space to be in your body, a space to be in your pleasure, a space to be in community.
Yes, and a space where you'll be so inspired. You'll leave and start what it is you're trying to do just through dancing with me. I get the critics, but I don't give a fuck because you know why? I found love through dancing, and that was like a healing space for me. So I definitely give honor to the culture and all of that. However, this is what it means to me. It means liberation. It means just moving and feeling good. If your tears fall, let them fall. And all of that, like, get your healing while you're here. You know what I mean? Without saying that so much. But I always, I said for the 29th coming up, I'm going to leave a sign that says, your shit is welcome in here. Because sometimes I started out saying leave it at the door, but now just bring it. We're just leave the door open.
Leave the door open.
We'll just leave the door open.
Bring all of it. Every part of you is welcome in here.
Yeah, for a while, I just had a season of just being really fucked up, like really bad, like emotionally, the motivation just wasn't there. And it comes from trying to go back to those spaces. I have so many themes and topics that I get people to overcome their challenges. Even with this Latin dance thing, it's really about me being seen and being like an instructor.
You have so many stories to tell. It's like, what's the thread and the theme of what your message is?
Yeah.
You know, because you are an astounding model of what's possible.
Thank you. Yes, definitely.
Astounding. I think also your journey around dance and body and healing through the body is a really interesting story to tell. This idea that, you know, my dance classes are church. This is church. This is a place where all of you gets to come in and move and be in community.
I talk too. I encourage and I talk.
Yeah.
I told the story about how I felt dance, but Megan Jo, my story started with Rockstar Camp because I remember having like pain in my shoulder and stuff, and we did the movement and the healing. And when I came back, I didn't have it. And then like I went to Zumba classes and fell in love with that and got my Zumba's license. So it was like an evolving story. And if you hadn't dared me to, I wouldn't have done it. So the dares were to do something different. Yes. And so that's the coaching perspective. Like, what are you here for? You're going to do something different.
Right.
But if you didn't have that challenge, I could say I probably wouldn't, experience would have never happened. Because I was like so starched old Joyce, that to me, that was a mountain to climb. I remember like, as I'm thinking about it now, that was a mountain to climb.
It was a mountain to climb.
That was a mountain to climb for me. I never I was just so so shy, but now I'm not. Sorry, now I'm not now. Yeah, my first half of life was trauma, was like negative experiences to my body. So it took me on just a pleasure-filled journey for the next couple of years where I was like, fuck, this doesn't feel good. I'm out of here. Like, none of this feels good. With that said, it does put you in a lonely place, and you need your sisters. You need your sisters because, it put me in a place where I started second guessing. Because in my community, which I'm working on moving, but in my community, it's just so negative. Even the workspaces, we know that it's negative. And then you don't have the motivation that you got when, you were with your sisters. And one time I remember just being in that negative space because some things are cycles for some of us. It's just like, oh, we go back to what we're unknowingly going back. And so I'm hearing things and I'm starting to feel like I need to hide again and all of that. And I remember saying one time, oh yeah, I'm going to sing this song, even though I can't sing. And all of my sisters on Facebook corrected me and was like, you can sing. And so for me, it was crazy making yeah, what am I saying? But sometimes when you go back to what you need to really it's a life-changing thing, and a lot of things need to change. So the changes might look like a completely different move. The changing might be spending less time at home or spending less time in a religious setting. Right. It can look like many different things. Because for me, that's what it looked like, and I needed sisters. Yeah, and I'm the liberated voice because I know what the control sounds like. I know what the minimization sounds like. I know what the follow me, but I'm going to lessen you sounds like. You're just waking up expecting the blessings, Megan Jo.
Amen, amen, amen. So it is.
Bon café, la mala, bébé veut du sale. Allô, allô, allô. $1 million, bébé tu go ça. Bébé veut du sale. Allô, allô, allô. $1 million.